Imagine waking up and reaching for your phone. No message goes through, no page loads, and it's not because you're out of signal or out of data. In the country where you live, the internet basically doesn't exist, or it exists only for a select few, while everyone else just knows about it by word of mouth. Today we're looking at countries where the internet either barely exists or is so restricted and monitored that calling it free access to information would be a stretch. So this is every country with no internet access. Let's start where you probably expect. North Korea has long had the lowest share of people connected to the internet on the entire planet. Real access to the global network is reserved for a thin layer of government elites, diplomats, and hand-picked scientists. Most of the population instead uses something called Kwangmyong, a closed domestic network that looks like the internet, but is really just a browser linking a carefully curated, censored set of regime-approved pages. No YouTube, no social media, no news from the outside world. Just whatever the government wants you to see. Another country that regularly shows up at the bottom of internet connectivity rankings is Eritrea in East Africa. The share of people with internet access here has stayed in the single digits for years. The reason isn't just poverty or missing infrastructure, though both play a role. The government also deliberately keeps a tight grip on internet access, so even where a connection theoretically exists, it's slow, expensive, and out of reach for ordinary people outside the capital. Turkmenistan, a country in Central Asia wedged between the Caspian Sea, Iran, and Afghanistan, is a special case. Social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram have been blocked for years. VPN apps are hunted down the same way smuggled goods would be, and anyone who tries to get around the censorship risks serious trouble with the authorities. So even though the internet technically exists, for most residents it's practically unusable. Censorship isn't the main issue everywhere. In countries like South Sudan or Somalia, the biggest obstacle is infrastructure. Decades of conflict, extreme poverty, and an almost non-existent power grid mean that the vast majority of people don't lack internet access because someone's banning it. They lack it because there's physically nothing to connect to. In these countries, plenty of people have never seen a working Wi-Fi network in their entire lives, let alone know what a social media app or a streaming platform even is. Beyond the countries we've already covered, there's a whole list of other nations that consistently sit near the bottom of global internet connectivity rankings. Burundi, in Central Africa, has long ranked right behind North Korea when it comes to the share of people without internet access. Chad has internet access for only about 12 to 13% of its population. Papua New Guinea makes the list too. Thanks to brutally difficult terrain and scattered island communities, over 80% of its population has no access at all. And Myanmar, where the connection rate itself isn't extremely low, but where censorship and surveillance since the military coup have gotten so severe that free access to information is basically non-existent. Before we wrap up, one bonus fact on the side. Antarctica isn't technically a country, but it deserves a mention because it's the only continent on Earth with absolutely no undersea internet cables. While 99% of all data traveling between continents runs through cables laid on the ocean floor, Antarctica is completely left out of that system. Laying a cable there is simply too expensive and technically impractical. So every research station runs purely on satellite connections, and until pretty recently, that was rough. Speeds of just a few megabits per second, latency in the hundreds of milliseconds, and researchers literally had to ration internet access among themselves. Video calls home were saved for special occasions only. That's changing fast now, thanks to Starlink. Stations like McMurdo and Scott Base now have connections that are dramatically faster and more stable than the older satellite systems. So Even this last blank spot on the internet map is slowly disappearing. It's easy to take the internet for granted, but for millions of people in the countries we just covered, this means a lot more than "I can't watch videos." It means no access to online courses, no way to follow world events, no easy way to talk to family living abroad, and in a lot of cases, seriously limited access to education and job opportunities. According to estimates from international organizations, more than 1 billion people worldwide remain completely offline, and hundreds of millions more have access so limited or censored that it barely resembles free access to information at all. So, next time you're complaining that your home Wi-Fi is running slow, try picturing what it would be like to have no access at all, or to have access, but with the government watching every single thing you do online. For millions of people around the world, that's not some hypothetical scenario. It's just an ordinary day. If this topic interests you, I'd recommend checking out reports from organizations like Freedom House or the International Telecommunication Union. They publish updated rankings every year.